Hello students, welcome to your channel Physics Fact. Today we discuss about photoelectric effect, chapter dual nature of radiation and matter.
Before go to photoelectric effect, we just discuss some concept of this chapter, that is how radiation and matter have dual properties. Consider point radiation. Here we discuss about that electromagnetic wave. That electromagnetic wave, that means here we consider about X-ray, gamma ray, UV ray, infrared ray, microwave and visible light. Take one example, that is visible light. On the basis of the phenomena interference, diffraction and polarization, we conclude that visible light or that radiation have wave nature. Before we discuss that light has particle nature on the corpuscular theory. Here we conclude that yes, light has particle nature on the basis of the experiment photoelectric effect. Okay, the experiment photoelectric effect, we conclude that light has particle nature. That means light has both wave and particle nature. Now go to the second, that is matter. Matter, now we take the example, that is electron. We know that electron is a particle and it has particle nature. But electron has particle also wave nature, and that is concluded by Davison-Jormer experiment. Electron emission. What do you mean by electron emission? The liberation or the elimination of electron from the metal surface is known as electron emission. That means if we consider a metal have number of free electron. That means at normal temperature or at room temperature, number of free electrons are there. They have moved in zigzag motion and they transfer from one nucleus to another nucleus. They move like this. In zigzag manner they move. Okay. Now, as we provide some extra energy to the metal surface, that extra energy may be heat energy or may be radiation. If we provide some extra energy, that extra energy absorbed by the free electron and they able to emit or release from the metal surface. These are the free electron. At normal temperature or room temperature, they are moved like zigzag manner. But as we provide some extra energy to the metal, that amount of energy is absorbed by the free electron and they able to release from the metal surface. The minimum amount of energy, this amount of energy which is absorbed by the free electron and they able to release or eliminate from the metal surface, that minimum energy is known as work function. That is known as work function, and that is represented by W0. Okay, the minimum amount of energy by which the free electron are able to emit from the metal surface. That minimum energy is known as work function. Now, that electron emission, that are four types of electron emission. One is thermionic emission, field emission, photoelectric emission and secondary emission. We go to the types one by one. Now, in case of thermionic emission, what happens? If we consider one metal and provide heat energy, that metal is going to be heated, then the free electron absorb this energy and able to emit from the metal surface. Due to that, electrons are released due to the thermal energy, due to the heat energy. So this type of emission is known as thermionic emission. Now, go to the second type, field emission. If we consider that metal, okay, that is the metal, and place in a strong electric field. Place in a strong electric field. Okay, here what happened? The free electron inside the metal able to emit from the surface, able to release from the surface due to this strong electric field. Due to that strong electric field. This type of emission is known as field emission. That means emission takes place due to the strong field. Now go to photoelectric emission. Here what happened? In case of photoelectric emission, we take a metal. See the diagram? We take a metal and here that electromagnetic radiation falls on the metal. Due to the energy of the radiation, that electron are able to release from the metal surface. So this type of emission is known as photoelectric emission. Here what happens? That electron are emitted. Okay, emission takes place due to the electromagnetic radiation. Due to the electromagnetic radiation, this emission is known as photoelectric emission. This one, electromagnetic radiation. Next, we go to discuss about the last one, secondary emission. What do you mean by secondary emission? See the diagram. Here what happened? The fast moving electron beam. This one is the fast moving electron beam. When strike the metal surface, this one is the metal surface. When the fast moving electron beam strike the metal surface, the free electron in the metal surface vibrated and acquire energy and able to emit from the metal surface, and here emission takes place. Here the free electron emitted or released due to the fast moving electron beam. That electron beam strike the metal surface. In the metal surface, those free electrons are present. They get vibrated and acquire energy to release from the metal surface. This type of emission is known as secondary emission. Now we clearly discuss about photoelectric emission.